Tell me, you've gotten some DMs from some hot college chicks. You ever feel a little tempted? You know what I mean?
It's actually just guys.
Really?
Yeah, because ladies DM me and they go, it sucks that you're married. Like every once in a while, and I click on their profile and it's always locked. And then the profile picture is just like a Snapchat filter with huge eyes. And you go, well, that can't be good either way.
Leo and I talk about that. There's a very typical girl who hits me and Leo up or who follows the channel. It's a 32-year-old Latina with 2 kids, maybe 3, who, again, 33, but looks like she's in her late 40s, early 50s. And the profile picture is just so filtered out.
She's like a cartoon. You know? She's living in a cartoon world. It's cool. We like it, though.
It's not bad, but I mean, you'd prefer it with the filter, I guess, is my point. No offense to any of these ladies, which there are far and few between, I do want to point out. My DMs of people that are trying to hook up with me mostly are trying to alert me to some sort of confidential, like classified documents that they've stumbled across on the internet about some sort of conspiracy.
I'm glad we don't have that.
And then the other type,
I'm glad we don't have that kind of audience.
And then the one I prefer the most is because it doesn't make my wife angry, and it's the most pleasant. Is a guy slides into my DM and says he wants to split me in half.
Oh my god.
Which is fine because
the ones your wife prefers.
I just don't open it. Well, she knows I'm not going to engage.
No unsolicited dick pics?
I'm not so sure.
Unsolicited dick pics.
You know what? So I got an email from a lady once who was I can't say what she did, but anyway, I can't say what she did. But regardless, she emailed me, and in the video I opened and this was like maybe 6 months ago. I opened the video. And she's wearing a robe with like Snow White on it, smoking weed.
Oh, okay.
You've seen the where it's like Looney Tunes, but they're smoking weed or whatever. She had a Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs, but they're all getting high together on the robe.
It's funny.
And then she keeps crossing her legs like this, and the camera is down there on the floor.
And this is a real video a woman took.
It's a real video that she sent me.
Okay.
And she has a bottle of Jergens next to her, and she keeps pumping it into her hand, and she's speaking absolute gibberish, and she keeps rubbing it on her legs like this for 8 minutes.
Can you see her pussy when she uncrosses perfectly?
No, you can't see anything.
And Ben tried hard to see it. Ben,
That's the worst video
were you
ever.
aroused by that at least?
I was fascinated. I watched all 8 minutes.
Wow.
Just to see, if anything would happen.
Because there's got to be something flattering, and I'll say it. There's something flattering, and I
about
guess,
you being mentally ill and then fixating on me.
No.
Oh, what were you going to say?
About the woman being mentally ill fixating on you.
That's what I mean. Why the royal you? I didn't mean Danny.
The royal you.
I'm not saying Danny's mentally ill.
No,
he is, though.
I think that clearly, Ben, that woman wanted to have sexual relations with you, and that was her way of expressing it.
You think so?
I'm positive.
You're a young man. How old are you?
I'm 30.
And you're married.
You're only 30?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How old are you guys?
I'm not saying you look, but
we're older than you, buddy.
I guess it's because we're both older than you.
Yeah.
You're married and you seem so put together. So I attribute whenever somebody gets married, especially now in our circle, it's so foreign. I mean, Brooks just got married to Italia, but that's clearly a green card.
It's just
stunt.
a sham, dude. That wedding. I'm just kidding. That's fucking.
But
sorry.
Ben is here and he's just so put together. But he is gonna be. I'm turning 33 very soon. One last thought on these messages and these filters.
Yeah.
I think if a chick, a Latina 33-year-old, or a woman in a pot smoking dwarf gown is showing her pussy to Ben Avery, whatever filter she's got on. Fuck the metaverse. Zuckerberg needs to work on getting that filter to work during the face-to-face interaction.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? We need a
Genius.
belt, some sort of holographic belt that can keep that filter that makes the Latina woman. I don't know why I keep picking on the Latinas. At 10, they like those filters. It keeps her skin looking younger and smoother, and her makeup's perfect, and maybe it bumps her titties up a cup size.
We're from California, so we know some Latinas that we went to high school, or we just know Latinas. But
Wouldn't that be great? Especially for
great.
you.
It would be great.
Because Leo is the kind of guy who he treats women like edamame shells. He just
God.
discarded.
Really?
And if he-
wow.
An unattractive older Latina for some might be, I'm never going to meet her in person. But for me, that is an easy blowjob. You see what I'm saying? Ben?
Sure. So you're the type of guy, because you're a big, you're like, who's the guy that plays Aquaman? You're like
Jason
that guy.
Momoa.
Yeah, you're
He
like
loves
that guy.
that. He just got his dick hard saying that.
I hear that a lot.
So you'll clearly never get married.
It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. My dad told me to wait till I'm 45 and then marry a 25-year-old, and it looks like that's the way my life is going.
What
right
does your
now.
grandfather tell? His grandfather told him, he's like, Leandro, on his deathbed.
on his
I'm pretty sure.
on his deathbed?
Is real what you're about to do?
This is about a week before he died. He told me this, and he was on his deathbed. He had cancer, and he was in the hospital.
Leandro, you have a girlfriend?
And I was like, "Yeah, I do."
It is a good thing for a man to have two girlfriends.
Yeah,
I have always had two girlfriends, even when I had my wife.
yeah. He did.
This is his wisdom.
Yeah, he passed
Like
down.
he's knocking at the door of all things.
Yes,
And he's like-
he was living in Puerto Rico with a woman 30 years younger than him, and he was dying, right? And he told me that, and it was weird because at his funeral, I talked to two men over 100. People live long on islands, and Puerto Rico is one of those things. So there was two guys over 100, and both just wanted to tell me a story about a girl they banged when they were younger. It was strange. Like, oh wow, you're 104. Good to meet you. A story about a girl that they banged when so that entire trip for me was like, God damn it. I think, how should I just continue trying to get pussy for the rest of my life? Is settling down overrated? I don't know. Having kids for me it still feels mostly I do it for my mother, really, so that she's not bored.
Yeah, it's like going to college.
Yes.
But it's like 20 years.
There we go. Yeah. So it is 20 because honestly, I mean, what kids just bounce it at 18, really? You know what I mean? And
It's more than 20, probably, especially now, too.
shoot, it's 25.
I was still... I mean, I wasn't dependent on my parents, but I would still occasionally get hand-me-outs up until 29.
That's fine.
Occasionally, like, hey, Mom, I am coming up to visit you guys for Christmas, but you want to pay for my plane ticket? Oh, I'm $230
There's
short
nothing
on
wrong
rent
with
this
that.
month.
Your pops his dad's a judge. He's one of those guys.
I love dad professions. My dad was a basketball coach for a long time, and now he moved into this year. He retired. He drives a dump truck.
Oh, that's dope.
But no, he just got fired from it
What?
because he put diesel in it, and it was supposed to be gas.
That's fun.
And
Honest mistake.
And then he got fired like within 4 months. So I don't know what he's going to do now.
Wait,
But anyway,
wait,
he's
how did he-
underqualified to be a garbage truck driver.
What I'm curious about is
God love him.
if that happened on the 27 days and 3 months into his job, hadn't he been putting not diesel into the machine the whole time leading up to that?
Yeah, what happened?
I see text in the family group text, and I just
Wow.
I just put it down. I walk away. I
They
don't
can
ask
get very
questions.
verbose.
Sometimes I thumb something up, but that's about it.
It's, dude, family group texts, you look at it, and there will be just waterfalls of text.
Each thing more horrifying than the last.
And then everybody's got that aunt who's on painkillers or who drinks too much. And she's always the one who you can't even see the entire message when you open up your iPhone. You have to scroll to see it all. You can't do it, dude. Those family group texts are fucking rough to deal with. Or maybe he put diesel in the entire time and it was working. Sort of like that joke I made about having to fly to the Canary Islands using Dr. Pepper as jet fuel. Maybe he was using diesel and it was just working out. And diesel's cheaper than regular gas, isn't it?
Yeah.
He was trying to save the company money. That's the angle it should have come from.
Probably was.
My
I don't
dad's a
even think he was supposed to
contractor, so I
gas
get
it
it.
up, though.
Oh.
From what I gather, he had never gassed it up before, which is very, very bizarre. But either way, he put about 100 gallons of diesel into a tank that didn't need
get it
to
up?
You know,
be
a
there.
dump truck is like they're like $100,000, right, or more. Like they're
Probably more than
a
that.
dump like a garbage truck. I know for a fact is like $300,000. So whatever your dad was driving.
But think of the tank alone. He was
Yeah.
probably pumping gas for like 25 minutes.
How do they? I'm imagining them trying to get it out.
so funny.
You ever see
Where
it-
do you put it once it's out?
I think you just tilt it on its side. You know when you see an old guy on the beach trying to get water out of his ear? Just, You just try to tilt it up
But
and
come
shake
on,
it.
was that a one thing? Like, was that really? I mean, should he have really been fired for that? That's kind of bullshit. Maybe we
Yeah.
should make a video about it, Danny. I'll bring him back in there.
I think we can
get
find
his
him a job
back.
down here. Mr. Giovanni, we can take him out with big bunches only this weekend.
Hell
We're
yeah!
gonna shoot
Oh,
with him.
yeah, that's what we're doing. Hell, that'd be dope.